My name is Wade Smith, Superintendent for Walla Walla Public Schools, and this is the February Pulse. Well, this February Pulse, I thought it would be a great opportunity to interview the man, the myth, the legend, a near 4-decade employee for Walla Walla Public Schools, now Principal Ron Higgins. You've announced your retirement recently, and I know I speak for countless students and staff and community members. We're so sorry to see you go, but so excited for you and your next steps. As we reflect on, again, your nearly 4-decade career in Walla Walla Public Schools, you were a teacher, you were an assistant principal, central office administrator, and capping your career here as principal at Walla High. As you reflect back, Ron, what are some of your most fondest memories here in your career here in Walla Walla?
There's so many to choose from. I'm going to feel extremely blessed to have had the opportunity to work for Walla Walla School District for so many years. But I think about actually in 1988 or 89 it was, coaching sophomore basketball. I think we became the league champions for the sophomore squad. The excitement and connections that were made there. And then also teaching AP Calculus and basic math in the same year as I became department head, and feeling the same level of excitement for the experiences of working with students who got math really easily and quickly, but also being able to support students for whom math had never been something they were very successful with, but seeing breakthrough moments. And then speaking of the math line, we had a math team that traveled to competitions at WSU and over Tri-Cities over the years, and there was just a bunch of us math geeks and nerds that were just having so darn much fun. And it was oftentimes the connections that started in the classroom that extended out into, again, either into the basketball court or onto a club or an activity outside. There really are some meaningful things on there. As an administrator and a leader, there are so many to choose from. Things like actually helping see this construction come to fruition. Was part of a number of opportunities where we didn't successfully pass a bond, and hoping though that before I would end my career that we'd get to see this wonderful campus become something that's going to be something that we're so proud of as a community, and so thankful for the community support that will live on and serve our students so well for much more than even the next 40 years after I'm gone.
Well, Ron, obviously, as I reflect back, it wasn't a handful of years ago what your predecessor, a former principal, announced he was moving on to become a superintendent, and we were looking for a replacement. The principal went through the hiring process, a screening process, and at the end of the day, we kind of said, you know what, I think we have the right fit right here, and that's Ron Higgins. And you came in, prior assistant principal there at Pioneer Middle School. You stepped up and, like you said, assumed this incredible role of overseeing the construction and the renovation projects and the moving of dozens and literally hundreds of students across our campus safely. And as you look back on your tenure here at the high school, what do you hope carries on past your legacy here? What do you hope the impact you've had? What do you when you look at that? What is that Ron Higgins moment, that Dick Neer moment, that Abe Roberts moment impact you've had here at the high school?
I've thought about that a lot, and one of the things I've noted is that I actually look back at each of these little segments of my career. I started out with 4 years of teaching, then went to do some assistant principal, then came back from teaching and became department head and a technology coordinator at the district or at the building level, back to some assistant principal, to a district office, to being at the middle school for a couple of years. Every one of those, I actually have little moments where I think, that was absolutely the best place for me to be. I enjoyed it in the moment. So it's interesting, I did not actually apply for the principalship 5 years ago because I was extremely happy doing what I was doing. And yet when the opportunity, the little tap on the shoulder, the knock to say, hey, would you give this a try? I think we also want to be able to respond to that, the little tap when it comes our way to say, yep, I'm willing to give that a try, even though you might be in a spot that you think is the best job that I've ever had. I guess I have continual optimism and hope about not only our schools, but about our children and our future. We are in trying times, but we're in public education to make sure that we don't just sit back and say, boy, things are going badly or poorly. We're in this to make a difference. And I have, again, extreme hopefulness, extreme optimism that it is we educators here in Walla Walla Public Schools who are going to be the difference makers so that we have a community that will be flourishing for decades to come.
Well, I'm so, and I know I again speak for our community, our staff, our faculty, our kids, that when I tapped you on that shoulder 5 years ago, you said yes, because we're so delighted of your leadership over these years. And again, we know you're not going too far away. I know we'll see you at Sweets games this summer. Hopefully, glove in hand, right, catching a fly ball.
Yeah, we're not moving anywhere. We love Walla Walla too much, so you will find me out there, and I hope to find some ways to get a little more involved in community with community service. Why the school district has sort of been my life for so many years. I'm looking forward to opportunities to expand that.
Well, once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil. You're always welcome back. Thank you so much, Ron, for your service. And that concludes our February Pulse.